Hello students, welcome to CollegeDekho's official YouTube channel. So welcome back to the JEE Mains live session. In this video, we are going to do a very detailed analysis of JEE Mains marks versus percentile, difficulty level trend, subject-wise difficulty level trend, and shift to difficulty level as well. Shift to January 2022, shift to difficulty level as well. So all these details are being discussed in this video. It is going to be a very useful session for the students who are looking for the marks versus percentile predictions as well. So let's start now about the marks versus percentile predictions. So in this video, we will discuss subject experts analysis as well. So what subject experts are saying about JEE Mains 2026 session 1 exam. So now let's discuss marks versus percentile analysis trends. So if any student is scoring 250 plus marks in JEE Mains, they can expect a percentile of 99.99. For 240 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.89. For 230 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.87 plus. And for 220 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.80 plus. And for 210 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.70 plus. And for 200 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.56 plus. For 190 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.38 plus. And for 180 marks, you can expect a percentile of 99.13 plus. So between 250 marks to 200 marks, the expected percentile is ranging between 99.56 to 99.99. So if you are scoring more than 200 marks, it is confirmed that you will score more than 99.5 percentile in the JEE Mains exam. And between 190 and 180, if you are scoring even 180 marks, between 180 and 190, you are expected to score around 99.1 to 99.3 percentile. So decent performance, like very good score. 180 to 250 is considered as a very good performance in the JEE Main 2026 exam. So this is the expected percentile based on previous year's analysis. So students are advised to consider it as a reference and not the actual marks versus percentile analysis. Now getting into the other details, for 170 marks, if you are scoring more than 170 marks, you can expect a percentile of 98.7. And if you are scoring 160 marks, you can expect a percentile of 98.33. And if you are scoring 150 marks, you can expect more than 97.77 percentile. And if you are scoring 140 marks, you can expect a percentile around 97.02. And if you are scoring 130 marks, you can expect a percentile of more than 96.09. For 120 marks, it is 94.95 percentile. And for 110 marks, 93. And for 100 marks, 91.75 percentile. So if you observe the pattern between 150 to 170 marks, between 150 to 170 marks, if you are scoring, you are expected to get between 97.7 to 98.7 percentile. And if you are scoring between 120 marks to 140 marks, you are expected to score between 94.9 to 97.2 percentile. And if you are scoring between 100 to 110 marks, you are expected to score between 91.7 to 93.4 percentile. Now, if you are scoring between 90 to 80 marks, between 80 to 90 marks, you can expect a percentile between 87.8 to 89.8. And between 60 to 70 marks, if you are scoring 80.9 to 83.4. And between 40 to 50 marks, you can expect 75 to 77 77.9 percentile. So these are the expect marks versus percentile expected trends of JEE Mains 2026. And now difficulty level trends. So what is the exact difficulty level of JEE Main 2026 session wise? So today's shift 2. So January 2022 shift 2. The paper was moderate to difficult, and the difficulty level rating according to our experts is 2.9. So if you observe, January 22 shift 2 is currently the toughest shift of JEE Mains 2026, followed by January 21 shift 1 exam. So January 21 shift 1, the paper was moderate to difficult, and the difficulty level rating is 2.8. For January 21 shift 2, the paper was moderate to difficult with 2.7 difficulty level rating. And January 22 shift 1, January 22 shift 1 is the paper was easy to moderate. Today's shift 1 paper was easy to moderate with a difficulty level rating of 2.4. And shift 2 turned out to be the toughest shift currently so far in these 4 shifts with 2.9 difficulty level rating. So overall, shift 2 of January 22 is moderate to tough with 2.9 difficulty level rating. Now getting into the other details of this analysis. So, what was the toughest subject, and what is the toughest subject in today's shift 2? So, in January 22 shift 2, that is today's shift 2 exam, physics and mathematics were tough. Surprisingly, there was no chemistry now. The physics and mathematics were tough. In shift 1 exam, that is in the morning shift exam, mathematics was tough. In yesterday's shift 2 exam, January 21 shift 2 exam, chemistry and mathematics were tough, and in the shift 1 exam of January 21, chemistry was tough. So this is the difficulty level of the subjects in the JEE Mains session 1 exam. So this year chemistry is turning out to be a very surprising aspect to all the students with tougher difficulty level with a tougher difficulty level. So this is about the toughest subject. Now getting into the details of day wise analysis trends. So we are still waiting for subject expert reviews on shift 2 exam. We are still waiting for the subject expert reviews. Our team is collecting the reviews and they are adding it. So they have already added. So if you see the details here, so shift 2 January 22 shift 2, physics was moderate to difficult with majority of the questions relying on theoretically clear concepts. So most concepts were theoretical and there were tricky questions as well. And chemistry was easy to moderate in shift 2 with maximum questions from organic chemistry, and it was NCRT based. There were at least 4 to 5 statement based questions in the shift 2 exam of January 22, and physical chemistry was completely numerical based. And if you check the mathematics section, mathematics remained moderate to difficult as usual, and students found mathematics tougher than day 1 exam. So day 2's mathematics exam, like shift 2 day 2 shift 2 mathematics subject was tougher than day 1 exam, and students mostly attempted only 8 to 10 questions properly in the mathematics section. So overall mathematics was the troublesome subject in the shift 2 of January 22. Whereas physics was also difficult, but chemistry turned out to be easy in the shift 2 exam, which is again surprising because in the previous three shifts chemistry was little tough. And in the shift 1 exam of January 22, physics did not have much tricky questions, but it was purely NCRT based and they were theoretical based questions as well. And inorganic chemistry questions were more in shift 1 exam. They were direct and concept based as well, and organic questions were also very standard. And mathematics had complex questions, like few complex questions and some lengthy problems, and it is tougher compared to other two subjects in the shift 1 exam. So this is the detailed analysis of shift 1 and shift 2 of January 22. Shift 1 was moderate to difficult, whereas shift 2 was slightly tougher than shift 1 exam. So January 22 shift 2 exam was tougher than shift 1 exam, and difficulty level also varied for the subjects. So physics was difficult in shift 2 exam, whereas in shift 1 exam mathematics was little complex. And if you check January 21 analysis, shift 1 and shift 2, there were application based questions in physics. And if you practiced last 5 years previous years question papers, you would have easily answered the questions because the concepts got repeated, and completely the concepts got repeated. And from chemistry, organic chemistry was tough, and mathematics was tough and involved lengthy calculations on in shift 2 exam. And in yesterday's shift 1 January 21 shift 1, chemistry was again tricky, specifically organic chemistry questions were very tricky, and mathematics was very challenging and time consuming, but it was doable. It was okay and doable, and physics section was conceptual based and manageable. So that's all about the analysis. So I am again recapping the shift 2 analysis of January 22. As we discussed, physics was moderate to difficult, and chemistry was easy to moderate, and mathematics remained moderate to difficult. So that's how the shift 2 exam went today. So you can also click on the links available in video description for memory based questions, marks versus percentile analysis, good score analysis. All details have been analyzed, and you can click on the links available in video description for additional details. We will again get back tomorrow with the live session at 12:15 p.m. On JEE Mains Day 3 analysis, Shift 1 analysis. So do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to CollegeDekho for more updates on JEE Mains 2026 exam. Thank you.